Gosh, we are already 4 days in, and I feel like there are so many things that I have running through my brain about this process that I don't even know where to begin. A few years ago, when I first started going to the gym, I was really intimidated by all of the machines, by all of the people around, where any of my experience with weightlifting before were in my gym with hand weights or doing a bar class, and everyone is just kind of focused on themselves. But going to the gym and seeing those massive machines and seeing how complicated they looked, I just didn't want to look like a fool. I didn't want to look like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't want to hurt myself. There were so many thoughts that were fearful running around in my head. And because I was working with a trainer at the time, I knew that my only way forward was to take one step at a time. So I chose in that moment to stick to the person that I wanted to become, to continue to prioritize that person. And the person I wanted to become is someone that was comfortable at the gym, who could lift heavy weights, who had muscle that could carry her forward. I didn't want crazy muscles. I still don't want crazy muscles. I would like to do one pull-up and lift my body weight, but that's pretty much my goals. So I had that vision for myself, and what I chose to do is take one machine one step at a time. And so I would walk up to a machine and I would turn off my headphones, but keep them in my ears, or turn off my music, but keep my headphones in my ears. Start with zero weight and take as much time as I needed to feel comfortable with how everything worked and getting it into the place that I want. And so basically I removed a timeline of when I should be able to do something according to myself, and just focused on the process. And eventually I got there. Now it's a few years later, and before everything happened with our dog passing away and my nervous system going psycho, I was consistently going to the gym 4 days a week, and had people walking up to me and saying that I always look so focused, that they're impressed with how much I'm lifting. And so this person that walked in fearful of looking like a fool, all of a sudden, but also over time, was being approached by people while I was just still focusing on myself. And what I realized over these last few days is that this two-part experience of learning how to get better at video and how to find and discover this new version of myself in the midst of grief and in the midst of giving space for healing my nervous system. Both of these things are similar to the experience that I had in the gym, and it requires that same care, that same space, that same level of taking it step by step as the gym. I don't know if you have ever experienced something where you start something new, you feel really excited that first day or as you're coming up with the process, but then once you actually get in the nitty-gritty of doing the work and taking the steps, you start to second guess yourself, or you start to worry that you have bit off more than you can chew. That's where I have been the last few days. The comfort that I have is that I have been through this before. I've been through this before at the gym. I've been through this before in so many different seasons of my life. And so in that way, this season is no different than those seasons. It's a new experience for me, but the muscle memory is there. And I find that really encouraging. And it's a good thing for me to hold on to when I'm, taking a rest day again for the third day in a row versus going to the gym or moving my body the way that I desperately want to do, because my body is showing that it doesn't have the resiliency for me to have that level of activity, knowing that that is a small step towards being the person that I want to be, a person with a resilient and strong nervous system, the person who doesn't need to take 6 to 8 hours to edit a video, who has a bank of B-roll, who has this natural storytelling ability and can pull off the thing that's in my mind and can bring that into fruition and have that skill set. So the way that I'm treating this process and taking it one day at a time, this 2-part process of taking it one day at a time, one step at a time, is not having an expectation of what video I'm going to post each day. Really, I guess the minimum is that I will post something each day. And I felt like there was space for me to do a reflection of the last few days. I've put in reflections here and there over the last couple of videos, whether it's a voiceover or whether it's typing something in the description, but I really wanted to take time to sit down and give you that behind the scenes look of what I'm actually thinking. What's really interesting is that yesterday I woke up and I felt completely wiped. There's this sense that I've been feeling with my nervous system where it feels like there's a wall, and sometimes the wall is high and I really can't function very well that day, and sometimes it's low and I can start to function more at my normal capacity of what it was 6 months ago. And yesterday the wall was very high, which makes a lot of sense. I was getting over being sick, and then I also was starting this new project where it takes a lot of mental energy and a lot of physical energy that I haven't really exerted over the last 6 months. And so I'm learning something new. Of course, that comes with some mental exhaustion. And I just hit this point yesterday where I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like I'm running out of clips already. I don't have that bank that I want, and I'm not necessarily going to be filming everything all day, every day, because that's also tiring and makes me feel like I can't really enjoy the day. So what I did instead is I just created this like little vignette of me making coffee in the morning, and some of you commented that you loved it, and that was just really encouraging because I am still showing up for myself. I'm still committed to being that person that I want to be, but through a different lens that I've never really had before. I've always been someone who can find that last bit of resilience and push through and find a way through. That's one of the skill sets that I have, is always finding a solution or a way to continue moving forward. But with this prioritizing my nervous system and navigating grief, that looks very different than it ever has before. I'm actually using this app called Bevel, which is excellent, and I'll put a link to the app in the description below. But it's been really helpful for me. But it shows, what your recovery is for the day, what your stress level is, and then how your sleep has been, and uses all of that to keep track of your heart rate variability, which is really great for determining your nervous system resilience. And then it helps you know what you can and can't do for that day. Before all of this, I would say trust yourself, don't trust the numbers. But for me, because I am working on getting back into my body and understanding what my capacity actually is, it's been really helpful for me to just look at the numbers and be like, oh, okay, this is really low today. I'm not going to go do my strength workout. I'm going to take a light walk instead of a long walk, or I just need to rest with some low lights, do some restorative yoga. And so that's what happened, is that I was like, I can't do what I want to do, but what can I do in the capacity that I have? And that's where that vignette came from. And it felt really good. And it felt so good to not have this rigid, I have to do this because people are waiting for me to post this video, and more have the mindset of to keep that commitment to myself and give me space to do what I want to do, but within the limits that I have, instead of viewing it as, oh, I can't do this. Oh man, I'm so discouraged because I am not who I used to be. So I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but it's really been formative for me, and I love how each day is different, and each day is bringing a new learning and a new awareness and a new opportunity for me to figure out who this person is now, carrying this grief inside of me, having a different set of capacity limits, having a different set of values, who is this person now? What is next for this person that I'm becoming? So thanks for coming along on this journey. I look forward to hearing what you guys think, hearing your stories. Again, if any of this is resonating with you, it would mean the world to me if you would like, comment, and subscribe. I love comments. I love comments so much because it makes me feel more connected to you. I could care less about the likes, the views, any of that. But what means the most to me is comments and hearing your stories and being connected with people in a different way. So yeah, thanks for coming along on this journey, and I'll talk to you soon.